thank you for joining me on my colouring quest. So today I am going to be doing the Let the Dice Decide challenge that I set myself from time to time, and I have chosen this illustration, which is a PDF from Laura Rafferty. Their Etsy is Laura Colours too. And yeah, I actually have this illustration as a Colour in Heaven Discovery Club image from a few years back, I think now. That was when I did the Discovery Club. I'm not a member of that anymore. But yeah, so I'm going to let the dice decide on what I use as colours. So first I'm going to see if it's going to have a background or not. If I do a background, it will only be contained within the circle, but it could be a background nevertheless. So I am going to start with, oh, sorry about that. So an odd number means there is a background, an even number means there is no background, and I have a 4-sided dice, and maybe that's not the best one to do for that. I'll just use a regular 6-sided dice. So 6 is an even number, so there is no background. Okie dokie, no background. It's never a background when I do this. I swear. The last one as well, no background. Although on this one, not as bad as the other one, I guess. So, next is going on to all of these. So I'd get my 12-sided dice, and first it will be the colour of the skin, so it's 1 to 12, and this could end up really weird like the other one was really red, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I'll never forget that. Red, 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 red. So skin colour, okay, first skin. Number 3. Red. Oh my gosh. Dear. Right, I have a pad here. I've just got to write this down. So skin is red. Oh my gosh. Red skin. I can do it like a pale red. I'll see what the other colours are. Right, next is hair. 5. White. This is very Christmassy. So hair is white. I'm just glad that wasn't red as well. Right, eyes. 1. Black. Black eyes. Okie dokie. Now this is a PDF, so you know, if I don't like it, it's not the end of the world. Right, makeup. So eyes, lips, cheeks. I'll probably stick similar. 7. Brown. Okay. Makeup is brown. If only I could switch the skin colour and the makeup colour around so it's brown skin and red makeup. Who knew? Alright, clothing. She does have a bit of clothing showing. 10 is orange. Gosh. And accessories. I'm going to count this flower. Oh, the crown first. What colour's the crown? Oh. That rolled off. I need you to be able to see it. 8 is yellow. Oh, that's good. I can do it gold. Crown. Well, tiara, isn't it? But yellow. And then I'm going to class this flower as an accessory. I know it's supposed to probably have a specific colour, but yeah. 4. Purple. Oh, that's quite nice. Flower is purple. Wait, did you see that? Yes, you did. Else I'd have to roll it again. Right. And this on the outside, I'm going to do it myself as the right colour. So yeah, I'm not counting that, because to me that's part of the background and there isn't a background. Let me get away with it, please. So those are the colours. So we have skin red, hair white, eyes black, makeup brown, clothing orange, crown yellow, and a purple flower. So that's not as bad. Everything wasn't red, is all I'm saying. Let me just sort my stuff out a moment. Right, so I've decided to start with the skin because that is the majority of the image, and I can figure out what sorts of other colours I want if I do the skin first. So for the skin I have the dark red, the scarlet red, and the deep red in the Faber-Castell Polychromos. And then because with the skin the makeup is on the skin as well, I have 3 browns here: Van Dyke brown, burnt sienna, and what's this one? Brown ochre. So these are the reds and the browns that I will be using for her skin and makeup. So yeah, should be interesting, to say the least. I am going to just sharpen all of these a moment. You don't need to hear that, do you? Okay then, so I'm going to start off by putting a light layer of the scarlet red all over her skin. I know, right? And this beautiful image, and she's got to have red skin. It's fine. It's fine. Who knows what planet she's from? So just a light layer all over. I do enjoy Laura Rafferty's illustrations, but I'm not sure if she makes them anymore, because I don't know if I've seen any new ones recently. But the ones she's got there are beautiful. I don't have them all, so I can still have new ones to me, but yeah, I don't think I've seen anything new in a while. Which is a shame, really. But I did check before I came on, and this page is still available there, else I wouldn't have chosen to colour this page, else anybody watching and then it's not available. So yeah, I did double check, because I got this as a Discovery Club image, I didn't even know if it was available to buy. Right, so now I'm going to take my dark red and go into the shadow areas. Some shadows are already here, but I might add some of my own. Don't forget that this is also a makeup area with the cheeks, so that will get browns put into it as well, and the eyes, but it still doesn't mean I can't add the reds. Red skin shouldn't be too bad, as long as I don't go like neon red. I think I should be okay. And the purple flower's going to look nice against the red. If I pick the right purple, that is. So yeah, this will take a while to complete her skin because it's quite a large area, and I'm working with colours that I don't necessarily normally combine as a skin tone. I'm just going in lightly for now because I don't know if I'm going to want to build any of it up. And you can always add more, but it's harder to take away. Hopefully you're all doing well. It's like almost the end of February already. I haven't coloured nearly enough. I know it's a shorter month, but only a shorter month by a couple of days. And yeah, I haven't coloured as much this month. Normally I get about 12 or 13 pages done. I think I'm on about 8. I might get a couple more done because I do have a few whips that I've started. This month I've kind of been all over the place. Like one minute I want to colour something and then the next, ooh, I want to colour that. So yeah, it might only be about 10 pages this month. Hopefully I'll get this one done and then we'll have to see. Yesterday I purchased, well it arrived yesterday, a really like skinny narrow storage shelf that fits behind my door so that I can store all my paint tubes on it, because I just had them in like a carrier bag and they were just a mess in the way. So yeah, I saw this on Amazon and I thought, oh, that fits behind my door. Like I measured it properly and everything. And so I bought that because I thought that's a great solution to my paint tube problem. And yeah, it's even got a couple of drawers, like skinny drawers at the bottom of the shelf that I have put other bits in that was cluttering up my desk. So it's done its purpose. Worth the money. I've been looking for one for like quite a while, but they were all slightly too wide because there's only a small area between the door and the wall. So yeah, when the door's open, you can't really even see that the shelf is there. But the door can open fully and everything, so it's not even hindering that. And then, yeah, when the door's closed, I can get my stuff from the shelf. So I'm happy with that, because it was a mess. Like, it wasn't overly messy, but in my head it needed to be tidied. And sometimes when it's a bit cluttered around where you're colouring, it can sometimes put me off actually colouring, because I'm like, I don't want to see that mess. So I'm just deepening a few bits up. I can always go in and deepen it up more if need be. I think I want to add some of the makeup tones into the cheeks and eyes before I carry on with the skin anymore. Just to see how much makeup I want to add to her. Because if I was really unhappy with the red skin, I could be like, well, she's covering her whole face in makeup. But no, I wouldn't do that. That sort of defeats the purpose of the challenge. And I don't want to do that. Where's the fun? Like I said, this is a PDF. Although, to be fair, I don't have the file for the PDF anymore, because I printed this out ages ago, and that was on a laptop that it basically died on me and wouldn't let me back onto the computer to recover all my files. I managed to recover some of them, but this was not one of them. I lost all my Fabrica Fantasy files, which that was sad. But luckily I do have quite a few of those, like my favourite pages, already printed. And yeah, that was a sad day. Because I almost lost all of my brother's wedding photos as well. Like, that was panic mode, that was, because I was in the middle of, like, sorting through them when it crashed. And I was like, no. All that hard work. Like, I still had them on the camera, but yeah, I had pretty much almost finished, and I'd been sorting through it for like a couple of days. So, but luckily I recovered those and a few other things. Luckily I also store my photos like on Facebook, so it wasn't so bad in that sense, because I just went onto Facebook and saved all my photos that I wanted to my new laptop. So I'm going to start going in with the browns now on the makeup areas, which I'm classing as cheeks, eyes, and cheeks and eyes, probably, and lips, but I'm not doing the lips just yet. So I've got the Van Dyke brown as my darkest brown. So her cheeks, which having brown makeup is going to save this image from being overly red, I think. So cheeks and eyes. I'm gonna, this is the darkest colour, so this side. Doesn't matter if I go over the flowers a little bit. You can always get rid of that before I start colouring them in. This skin might actually turn out looking okay. Wasn't sure, but when I got red skin, I was like, no. Well, you probably heard it in my voice. Oh, not this again. Red, red, red. Right, so, oh, that eye. Haven't done this eye yet. Sort of make it the same-ish. This side. I don't know about the eyebrows because she's going to have white hair. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might just have to do them brown or something, but I'll leave them until after. I will do the lip liner in a moment. Well, the lip line where I want it. Should I just go in and do the lips now as well? No, I like to wait. Right, so her darkest tone is on the cheeks and the eyes. Now I'm going to go into the next colour, which is the burnt sienna. Oh, just chucked my pencil away. Yep. Just going to go over what I've just done and bring that out a bit. To the cheeks more. And this, she put a bit of makeup on her nose. But not much. And then the lightest brown I have is the brown ochre. So, just going to bring that in and out. Blending it. And a little bit on the nose. I would probably say that's makeup done. So I'm going to go back in with my reds now. And I will start off with the deep red. And just sort of blend these browns a bit. Like at the top and bottom. It's like reverse skin, isn't it? Normally this red would be where I'd put the brown. I don't think I've ever done red skin like this before. Don't think so. Even on that red person, was the skin red? I don't remember. I can't remember now. What? I just remember red being in a lot of places. But yeah, not a realistic person. I've never coloured red skin. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I haven't finished yet, but you know what I mean. You can sort of start to tell. I probably wouldn't do it. I'd choose to do red skin again though. I mean, I have got a white. I'm allowed to use a white, black and white in these challenges. So it might turn it slightly pink in places, which might save it a little bit. But I do want to stick to the fact that it is red skin. So I'll try not to use too much of that. It will just be to probably smoothen out the colours. Don't want there to be a huge amount of light on her head. Or on her forehead, should I say. Whew. Now onto the neck area. I haven't done the hand. Oh my gosh. I need to be on the same steps, so I'm going in with my dark red on the shadowed areas, because else I end up making the skin tone look different colour if I don't like do it all at the same time. I've been there, done that, didn't like it, so I make sure I do all the steps on each part of the skin at the same time now. I'm really bad at hands. I'm glad there's at least a tiny bit of shading here to follow. And then I just have to make the rest up, which is not ideal for hands. As long as it looks remotely like a hand, then I'm generally okay with it. don't think there's any more grayscale showing. So now I can continue with my deep red. I'll still do the neck area first, so. I'm not pressing very hard with this, I'm just sort of shading it, just blending out. And now the hand again. She's going to end up looking a bit demonic, isn't she? I started watching Sleepy Hollow, the TV series. The movie is one of my favourites, so I've put off watching the TV series for so long because they are nothing I like, basically. Because when it first said that it was going to be a TV show, I was like, ooh, yay! And then the TV show came out, and I think I watched like the first episode, and I was like, oh, it's got like characters in, obviously, and obviously it's got the Headless Horseman, but completely different narrative going on. But yeah, so it took me a while to get around to actually watching it because I was like, But now I just sort of thought, I'm just going to think of them as two completely different things and watch it like it's something new, basically. Yeah, and so far so good. Yeah, not my favourite TV show that I've ever watched, but I'm still watching it, so something's right about it for me. I'm just going to pause it a minute and have some of my drink. Right, I am back, and now I will start using the Scarlet Red to blend it out even more. And this is where her skin's going to start looking much more red. I will leave some spaces for the white to just blend everything out a bit more. But yeah, it will mostly be filled now. Again, still pressing lightly It's when I use the white that I'll start to add a little bit more pressure. I don't even have my white out. And my black actually, I've got to add black as well into the deeper shadowed parts. At least after doing this I'll know what a page looks like if you do the skin all red. Can't say I never tried it. Are there any characters that have like all red skin? I know there's some that have like green skin, blue skin. Are there actually any that have full on red skin? Can't think. In fact, that she's got to have black eyes as well though. So I can't even add anything pretty that way. I just have to add a lot of light into the black. Make it sparkle and pretty. I mean, this is a pretty illustration on its own anyway, so that kind of helps. But yeah. Really strange colours, aren't they? Just put a bit of the skin colour into the makeup. Right, now her neck. She's got to be so red. I don't know what, because a couple of her fingernails are showing. Considering the makeup's brown, should I do the nails brown as well? Seems to make sense to me to do it that way. One of the whips I have at the moment is a page out of Rita Berman's Asia book. and my niece has picked a page, and she happened to pick one of my favourite pages in the whole book, so I am taking my time on that one. It's the cat at the train station page, which I think a lot of people have coloured that one. I remember seeing it a lot back when the book was first released, I think. But yeah, so yeah, she has given me orders for the cat to look like her cat bow, so that's going to be grey, because she said, well, you coloured a cat like bear last time, so you've got to do one like bow now. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I'm sort of picking colours that will go with him to put on the page. So like purples and like not too bright kind of thing. Purples, greys, muted toned really. Although I've just started, so that could change. That could change by the time I'm through with it. I might be like, oh, but I want that bit a bit brighter, and then something else. That's how it goes sometimes though, isn't it? This hand, I'm just sort of trying to follow what's there. But I'm not sure of certain parts, like the knuckles. They need to be lighter, but at the same time, like when you look at hands and you look at the knuckle part, it's not all the same shade, but I don't know how to add the certain different shades, if you know what I mean. Like where's the best place to put them, so I sort of just dib and dab it about and just hope that it resembles what it's supposed to be, even just a slight bit. Like that bit there. Like some bits look like they need to be darker, and then you add it and then you're like, oh no, that was not supposed to be. She is so red. Sometimes this is how I feel like I look when I basically I turn red when I'm shy, when I'm embarrassed, when I'm cold, when I'm hot. So yeah, sometimes I feel like I look like this. So yes, I'm gonna get my black out and my white. My black is tiny, that's actually in this set, because I just add a Faber-Castell Polychromos black to all my sets that no longer have their original black. I'm just gently adding it to where I would have shadows. Well, the more shadows. I'm going to add it to the whole page, whole skin, sorry. Just sort of trying to remember where she had her initial grayscale on the image. I think it was down here a bit. Can't remember now. A little bit on the inner eyes. A bit here and a bit under. Yeah, I'm just going to add some shadow there. Oh, she adds nostrils. little chin area, not too much though. I'll blend that out in a minute. Right, now onto the neck again. Like if I could have added one more colour to this, it could look like a really nice sort of natural, like peachy skin tone. Am I still aligned on here? Yeah. No, it just moved a bit then, so I wanted to check. Having the red skin, she does look a lot more dramatic than what she would have if it was any other skin tone. A bit, because there was some original shadowing down here, wasn't there? I believe. A bit more into this side. There was a bit here, wasn't there? Right? Am I wrong? I don't remember. Just add a bit along there because I want to. And I think that's all shadowing for her skin. Obviously when I do the lips I will add what I need to where I need to. Yeah, I think that's probably good enough for that. Maybe that little line on the nose. And now I'm gonna, oh, hands. Why do I always forget the step on the hands? I don't want much black on the hands because I will ruin it. I can feel it. If I do too much on the hands, it will be ruined. Just going in where the original shadowing was. But in here, where each finger sort of connects. Still need to colour that fingernails in. Right, I think that's enough for the black, else I will ruin. So now the white, I need to sharpen it slightly. I don't like too much of a sharp point on the white. And now I'm just going to go over the whole of her skin. Just blending it as I go. And like I said, some of the red might look a bit more pink now, but pink skin is, I think this is still looking red anyway, so slightly more muted red. Which I know what you're thinking, isn't that just pink then? But at the same time, if I had got like a different colour for the skin, then it could have had different colours in it anyway. Like I've used only reds. I've only used the colours that I was allowed to use. So if it ends up creating a different colour, then so be it. Kind of looks like she's sunburnt. Been out in the sun too long, picking her flowers, and didn't realise how hot it was out there. That was weird. The best way to describe this is it's making it a bit milky, which in this case I like it. If I was going for a vibrant look, then it would be not the right move. I would probably blend it either with the lightest colour I'm using or get a blender pencil out. But in this case I'm not bothered if it goes milky. Quite happy with how that looks actually. Did I do the... I did do up here, didn't I? That bit doesn't look blended enough. Oh well, it will do. The fact is though, she's got to have white hair and there's no background. So I'm probably going to put a little bit of the red in her hair to make it... use it as a shadow colour. Because obviously white still has colour in it. So if I just use sort of colours that are already in the page, then it should look like the hair's actually there. But I've got to be careful to try and not make it look like it's a pale pink. I may just have to use a grey. I'm pressing really hard now, so I'm sorry if it's making the table jiggle. Actually turned into a semi-normal sort of skin tone. Obviously I can tell it's very, very red, but yeah, not as bad as first imagined, which is good. I do love this illustration. But as you saw, I only used my reds and then a white. So I stuck to the rules. If it was a rule that I couldn't use black and white, then it would be very very, very, very red like you just saw it a moment ago. But because I'm allowed to use the white, I set that rule in as soon as I thought of doing this sort of challenge. Black and white is fine. Every other thing has to be stuck to the colours that it tells me. Need to sharpen a moment. Whew. It's quite tiring going over the whole of it with the white. I wonder what the time is. I think I started colouring this at, I think it was just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's currently Sunday, the 25th of February. I think it's, yeah, 25th, yeah, because Friday was the 23rd. So why does the weekend fly by? Because it sure did again. Just go back in on the cheek area a minute. I think that skin is considered done, I think. That black bit never got no white on it, so that's standing out like a sore thumb. Some bits you kind of thought you went over, but then you didn't. Sometimes I don't go right up to the edges enough. Right. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised at that red skin. Oh, on the camera it even looks even more normal. Doesn't look quite as red on the camera. You can obviously tell her makeup is a strange colour, but once I've done the lips and that, it should tie it all together. I'm just going to pause again a moment. So it's actually the next day, and yeah, I just didn't come back last night, so here I am again. And yeah, she is still very red. Like every time I saw it in the corner of my eye in my room, I was like, wow, she's red. So I'm gonna go in and do her lips and nails in the browns. I'm gonna start off with a light layer of this brown ochre. And the nail as well. There is a nail here, which I don't know why I've gone over. Right, and then I'm going to start next with the Van Dyke Brown. Just going over those shadows that have already been placed there. Just slightly for now. I will deepen it up when I know that I've put things where I actually want them. That can just be dark, that nail, I think. looked odd. And then I've got the burnt sienna. Oh, I just moved the picture then, make sure I'm still aligned. Shall we zoom in slight touch? There we go, that'll do. Once again, you can zoom in yourself on YouTube videos now, if you are not already aware. Well, at least I know you, like I said before, I know you can on like mobile devices and tablets, but I'm still not sure. I don't use YouTube on my laptop, so I don't know if it's available like that. But I should think they would have an option. Now I'm going to take my black and do the deeper shadows. I like to make the corner of the mouth and the centre the deepest bits, and then a bit under. And now I'm going to take that Van Dyke brown and sort of blend out from that a bit, just so I don't have a huge black blob of shadow. And then again the burnt sienna, then pressing down slightly harder than what I was on the first round. And then the yellow ochre, just leaving some slight white gaps, which I will put the white on. So my white needs sharpening. And this bit along here needs blending a bit because I didn't colour right up to the line, it seems, of the lips. So now finishing this nail, I'm going to go in with the burnt sienna. I'm going to keep this really, oh my gosh. There really shouldn't be allowed sharp pencils. And then the black, just on this sort of edge bit here, I want a bit of that. And then the, was it brown ochre? Yeah, brown ochre. Did I say yellow ochre before? If I did, I apologise. It is brown ochre. And then just a bit of white on that lightest part. I'll put the white on there just to blend it in. Right, so that's her makeup done. It's very strange looking at it because, like I said, it should be brown on the skin. That would be a nice skin tone as well. Brown on the skin and red on the makeup, but the dice said reverse. Alright, what part should I do next? Oops, sorry about that. I do apologise. I've decided on to do the hair next, and the hair is white, which is probably not the easiest thing to do because there's no background. And I have chosen, obviously, a white pencil, a cold grey, and then there is going to be a slight bit of this scarlet red in, just because white is never white and I've already got the red on the page. I think her skin would illuminate onto her hair a little bit maybe. Plus I've been thinking about the eyes and I'm saving them till last because I don't know whether to make her demonic or not. Do you know, has anybody ever watched Supernatural when they have the black eyes? I don't know whether to do that or not, but I'm waiting to see how the rest of it turns out, because at the minute she is looking very, well, she's very red, so I'm thinking demonic princess. But you know, depends how the rest of it goes. That is why I'm leaving the eyes till last. So yeah, I am going to start by doing a light layer of this cold grey. Oh, it's cold grey 1, number 230. Yes, so I am just going to go over the whole of her hair with this, just so we can see that it's there, although you may not be able to see this layer because it is very light. Even I'm struggling to see, but we do want her hair to be white. It is a lovely day here today. Other than the wind, it is really sunny, which it's like hasn't been sunny in ages. I know I just went over this bit, but I'm going over it again. And yeah, it is cold, but it's sunny, and when the sun is on you, it's lovely and warm. When the sun goes behind a cloud, it is cold. Very, very cold. But yeah, it's nice to see the blue sky. Who knows when the last time that was? I don't know if there was any point in me doing this layer. I'm really not seeing much. It'll do. I really want to break my rules and give it a background, but at the same time, it is the rule of the video. Because it would look nice with like something dark coloured in the background. In between all the flowers. Is that a bit of flame or not? I'm glad this is slightly grayscale though, because when you have a complicated hairstyle like this, it's nice to have the direction of which the hair is going in. I suppose I can tell that I've put this layer down. Used enough of it, I need sharpening. Got a lot of red on the hair there. What was I doing? make sure that's in. I need to zoom out a bit, don't I? Or should I just, oh sorry, move her down a bit like that. Keep you zoomed in. Because that gets all the hair in, I think. Maybe slightly up. That'll do. Right, so I'm going to add a slight bit of this red. But first, my arms are a bit chilly now. I don't know, the sun keeps coming and going. So I'm putting my arm warmers on. I don't know, maybe it's because I've like sat down and stopped moving. So a slight bit of red, and I mean slight, just in these sort of bits here. Maybe I'll go in the direction of which the hair's going. So then just a little bit on each, very lightly, because I don't actually want her hair to be red. Sorry about that. Brief interruption. Right, I don't even know how much of this red you'll see when I've blended everything with a white in that. Although I am going to add black to the shadows, because white would still have shadows. But yeah. That was a bit too much. Oh well. Right, so now I'm going to get my black and just dive right in, basically. Start off with the darker parts. The darker parts this side before I move on to the lighter parts. All that concentration. I feel like if I had the choice of what colour to do her hair, I probably would have gone for either blonde or ginger. Because I always like, when it's got the curls, to add the different tones of yellow and orange. Never mind. Is that curl there? Or is that her dress? I think that's her dress. Right, so this bit. There are some faint lines. I will just It's quite difficult doing white hair when there's a white background. Because it's just going to blend in. I'll see how it goes. If it looks absolutely awful, I will maybe consider adding something at the very end, but only if it's absolutely horrendous. Hopefully I won't have to, because I don't want to break the rule of my own video. But then one would question, if I made the rule, then I should be able to bend it a little, but then at the same time I made the rule, so I should be the one to stick by it. It's not looking too bad. I do, obviously I've still got a lot to do, but into this side. Normally with white hair I get rid of the black lines with my white Posca pen and then it'll stand out, but the lines are quite faint anyway, so I'm not even sure if that would be worth doing. Let's see how it goes. Takes a lot more than you'd think doing white hair. You'd think, oh, white hair, it's easy. It's basically adding grayscale, isn't it? See, I can tell that it's white hair now and not just a drawing. But yeah, I would like something in the background. I really, really want to. Even if it's just like a colour to make the circle. Yeah, like I said, I'll stick to my rules. You watch, I'll pick a illustration that I don't want to add a background to for the next let the dice decide, and it will say do a background, and I'll be like, really? Really? It's always the way though, isn't it? It's like, if I really didn't want to do something green, I'd pick the colour green. If I really didn't want to add a background, it would tell me to add a background. If I really wanted to do somebody with brown hair, it would pick anything but brown. was that? Oh. Sorry about that. There was a phone call and then my niece came to stay, so I stopped filming. So it's the next day now, once again. So yeah, I literally didn't do any more to this, so but I have found my pencil extender. I bought some about a month or two ago, and for the life of me I can't remember where I put them. Like, seriously, I don't. And they were on my desk, like just under a book. And yeah, sorted things out and voila, they show up. So I've never actually used them before. I have the Derwent pack of 2, the 2 different sizes. I like this one because it's got like a smooth grip to it, it's like that soft feel. But this one fits the polychromos in, so I'm using this one. We'll see how they go. So I didn't finish adding the black, did I? No, doesn't seem like it anyway. So I'm adding more whether I've done it or not. Miserable weather again today. I wish the spring sunshine and warmth would swiftly arrive. Did I finish doing the black? I don't know, you know. I've slept since then. I cannot remember. Because parts of this look like I have already, but I don't know where I got to. Oh wow. If I've already done a part, I'm adding more. Feel free to tell me if I already did it. Yeah, because I can't remember where I stopped, because I know I did the inner bits, because that's obvious to me, but I don't remember how dark I was going with the rest of it. See, this bit doesn't look like I've done anything to it, so I'm hoping that I hadn't. Yeah, my niece wanted to stay an extra day here, so we let her. And then, yeah, she wanted to play in the park with her friends, because the day before when she was here, her friends were all, like, out with their family and stuff. And then the weather was quite nice to start with. Wait, today's Wednesday. Yeah, sorry, this was Monday. I had to think then, she wasn't here yesterday. Yeah, Monday. And the weather actually was quite nice Monday until her and her friends got to the park. I think they were in there 10 minutes and then it started hailing it down. So, yeah, she stopped here when she could have probably gone back home because they only got 10 minutes of playtime. Oh, wow. I don't see her very often. I used to see her all the time when she was little. But now there's school and I'm at work and then, yeah. Good news, the pencil extender's okay. It's not wobbling or anything around in there. Obviously I've only tried it with this one pencil and this is the first time I'm using it, so I don't know what its lifespan is like. I've been meaning to get some of these for ages, but when I looked before, they were sold out. The time before I looked, they were sold out, and I had no idea if other brands would fit the polychromos in, but I had heard that the Derwent ones, well, this one did, so that's why I was wanting to get the Derwent ones, because some of Derwent's pencils are quite chunky as well, some of the Derwent range, because I have a few different ones. I need to grow those sets because I only have like a few singles from each, or like you buy the smaller sets, but I actually got them, my Derwent pencils, within smaller boxes, like the art box type situation. And yeah, I only got a couple of them. I got them when they were on the sale, where you could actually choose which boxes you want, so it wasn't like a surprise what I got, and I chose, I think I got like 5 boxes for £30 when it should have been like, I can't remember, it was either, it should have been £80 or it should have been £100, but yeah, I saved quite a lot. And yeah, I got a few different, like you got 6 pencils in a box, and there were Derwent pencils in one of them, and no, 2 sets had different Derwent pencils in, and then one set had a watercolour pan set, and it was the pastel Derwent watercolours, so that was another one I chose because I thought I'd try their watercolours. This was a while back, like last year sometime, I can't remember. I don't know how often they do these sales of previous boxes. Because normally you get one a month, don't you, if you subscribe or choose to buy. You can tell this is white hair, right? I'm just adding a bit of an edge to those curly bits because the paper's white and I'm not allowed to do a background. I'm still annoyed with that. I really wanted to do a simple background, just like a block colour. But like I said, the page where I do these dice rolls, that I don't want to add a background, that is when I will be adding a background. You just wait and see, because that is what my look is like. I think that's enough black. I'm hoping to get this finished by the end of the month, but there's literally tomorrow, because it's a leap year, I have tomorrow. Right, so now I think I'm going to take this cold grey one again and just blend that black out a bit and over the red bits. So I'm just going to start down here. Why do I have little... But obviously I still want her hair to... I don't want her hair to be grey. So I think I'll just go over the black bits and I'll go over the red bits with the white. Did that bit, didn't I? Just smoothens it out a bit. I don't want too much going on. It was funny yesterday, we went to order an Indian takeaway and I got through all the process of putting what we wanted into the cart, put in the address and everything, and then it says pick your time slot. And then I was like, wait, why is it telling me Wednesday? It's Tuesday. Turns out they're not open on Tuesdays. So that will be dinner tonight instead. Yeah, luckily I didn't press order or anything, but it would have just turned up today anyway. So there's like so much excitement, like you go through the process of picking what you want and then you can't even have it. But yeah, I haven't had an Indian takeaway in a while. I can't do spicy food, but like medium or mild. But yeah, where we order from is quite good at writing in the description like if it's spicy or not. Like it says super hot or medium, mild. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. So we normally just stick to the same place because one, the food's great, two, the service is good, and three, they're good with their explanations. Do you do that? Like, just stick to the same places if you find one? Like, you have your pizza place that you go to, you have your Chinese place that you go to, Italian place, and whatnot. Although pizza place pretty much is Italian place because I don't think we have one nearby. I only live in a town, so we're limited on the variety of food because, yeah, we don't have 100 million places. But what we do have is nice, so that's good. I always hate it though because we have like we have a KFC, but it's literally the right across the other side of where I live, and sometimes for our area they have Deliveroo delivering it, so you go there to get it delivered. But then sometimes they don't have Deliveroo delivering it here. They'll have Just Eat, although I haven't seen it available on Just Eat for ages, so they might have stopped. And then if it's not available on that, then you have to go and search Uber Eats. I literally created an Uber Eats account just so I could have a KFC. Like I don't normally order with them. Oh, but yeah. But because it's so far away, it's not far, but apparently it's far enough. Yeah, I can't don't drive, so can't go and get it myself, else I would have. But yeah, if I went on a bus or anything to get a KFC, to come home with it, it would just be cold. But it's not very often I have KFC. Normally you just wait until we're over at that area because it's by some like a shopping area. So sometimes if we want a KFC, we just wait until we're over there. I'm just smoothing out whatever's left. Not really being too fussed about how her hair looks because there's only so much you can do to it when it's white. I don't know whether to add some Posca white pen in here or not. It is looking slightly grey. I went in a bit too much with that grey a minute ago, but I'm not fussed. It's as close as white to I'm going to get with being able to see it on the page. without a background, because I think every time I've done white hair before there's been a colour of some sort in the background. You can't even tell that I'm using this white, but I know it's there. So I already smushed most of it out with that grey. Tell you what, when I first saw this picture, I never thought that this is the way I'd be colouring it. I really didn't. But yeah, I wanted to colour like a long time PDF that I've had for ages, because I think I got this in, does it have a date down here? No. It was either 2020 or 2021. So it's been a while. And it's just been sat in my PDF folder waiting to be coloured, and then I never have, so I thought it's time I crack on with some of the older ones that I've had for a while. To be fair, when I first got it I was just scared to colour it. Did I do that bit already? Maybe. It's the problem with white. I can't tell where I've used it. And because I like to just jump all over the place, you might have been able to notice, I forget where I've been. So now I'm going down this side, so I'll do that bit last. I try to do that, but sometimes my brain just makes my hand jump over to the next bit. I also want to do one of those splash pages where they use coffee, but I want to use watercolour, and you drip it on the page and then you go like this, and then let it dry, and then you only colour the bit that has the splash on. I think I would definitely pick something that's a PDF to try that on, at least for the first time trying it. And I just nudged that, so I need to make sure it's aligned. Yeah, see, her face doesn't look nearly as red on the camera, but I will try and make the colours correct for when I post it, because it looks more peachy at the moment when I look up there. Right, I think that's the hair done. Did I do that bit? No. Yeah, well, that is the hair done for me anyway. Right, so next I think I'll leave her tiara a minute and I'll go and do her clothing, which is orange. So I'm going to pick my colours just a moment. So I have, let me just put those sleeves up as they get in the way. Dark cadmium orange, and I'm going to use the black, the white, and some of this brown ochre. Is that it? Yeah, brown ochre that I used before. But starting off with a light layer of the orange. Red skin and an orange outfit. It's very warm. That's why I'm still debating whether to turn her into a demon. She can still be pretty and be a demon. I actually think she had a name. I can't remember. But yeah. I can turn her into anything though, can't I? And I think this over here is also clothing because there's a little bit that goes off here and I didn't think it was hair. So I'm making that into like her other arm. Right, so now that I've done that, I'm going to deepen up where I want the shadows, but I'm still not pressing down fully because I want to add a bit of that brown to the shadows and the black. So I've got some little parts here where I shaded, like the materials gathered a bit in places. Dark over here, and then this looks like a shoulder, but a material that's draped over the shoulder. Right, so I'm going to I'll do the black first and then blend the brown out into the orange. Don't want too much black because sometimes blending black into such a light colour like orange or yellow, it doesn't work very nicely. Right, that's enough black. So now I'm going to go in with the brown and I'll just see how it ends up, and then I will go over with the orange again to make it more orange because obviously at the moment it's very pale and I don't want it that pale, but I also don't want it to be like super duper orange all over. That's enough of that. So now just back to my, what is it, dark cadmium orange. Ooh, I'll rub that out later. Oops. I have a habit of doing that. If I don't drop the pencil fully, I'll just end up hitting the page with it. I do want to leave a part which I'm going to add the white to, but not too much. Right, I'm now going to go in with the white and just blend these. Oh, there's a bit of black on there a minute. Get that off. Don't want a random black smudge going in anywhere. Although it would be nothing new for me. Doesn't take much effort to do these white bits. None at all. A bit on there, a bit on the top there. And that, I think that is her dress, which I'm assuming is a dress, done. I think that colour looks quite nice with her skin actually, but how's it looking on the camera? It's slightly more yellow on the camera, but yeah, hopefully that will be fixed when I fix the skin. Although sometimes I find that when I'm looking at it now whilst it's recording, it looks like one colour, but then when I actually go into the video after I'm done, it's actually the colour it was supposed to be, which is ridiculous, but you know, if that happens then that's fine. If not, I'll make it look as close to what I actually see as possible. Right, what's left? The tiara, a flower and the border. Oh, and the eyes, but yeah, eyes will be last. What should I do next? Crown is yellow, so basically gold, right? I can get away with gold. Should I quickly do that one? I think so. Right, so I have dark cadmium yellow. So I'm just going to do an all over base of this. There might be bits here that should have been like the hair poking through. I don't mind if that's the case. I am leaving the what seem to be like gems because I'm hoping you'll let me get away with putting some stickles on that. Although I might go over them anyway because they're gonna have, if they have stickles on top, sometimes you get the little gaps and I don't want white poking through. I'll do that at the end. Right, I am going to use a bit of this dark cadmium orange that I just used as my shadow. But it's not going to look orange because it'll be far too much yellow going on. But like I said, I think rolling for yellow on this tiara means I'm allowed to do gold, because I don't actually have gold as a colour, I don't think. No. So yeah, it's like if I had white but I wanted to do it silver, I think that would have been acceptable as well. Because else I'd never do anything gold during this challenge, would I? Then it's enough of the orange. Now, teeny tiny, no, not yet actually. I almost made a mistake. I almost added the black before I finished with the yellow. And you never want to use black with yellow unless you're using the yellow first. If you want the yellow to still show up and blend that it's still yellow, make sure you do all your yellow parts before you add any black. I made that mistake too many times before my brain clicked and was like, ah, that's what I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, why did it take my brain that long? It was a ridiculous amount of time. I will be getting the white poster out on this. So black, only on the very deepest corners I'm going to do this. I can just be black that bit. I think that is enough. Just a minute, just that bit. Right, so stickles will go on there, and I think think I have a golden stickles, but yeah, I will keep to the yellow tones. What is the time? I'm not sure what the time is. Just a moment. Decided I'm going to put the stickles on now, and I have this platinum stickles, and yeah, make sure it's all come out, and I'm just going to put it on all of the little bits here. And I didn't do them yellow, did I? Oh well. It's a PDF, so I don't have to worry about being too blobby. Got that one. Ooh. Right, and that's those done. Are you getting a sparkle or not? Sort of lift it up. Although they sparkle more when they're dry. Oh, I can see a bit of white paper on that top, that big one. Oh my gosh. Mini heart attack. I thought it was just going to roll right through. At the top of this one I need more. Oh, I didn't add the white Posca yet, did I? I only need a few dots of white, sort of thing. And I'm not going anywhere near the Posca. Be careful. That bit did. No, it didn't. I thought I got Posca on my pen. Oh, Posca on my pen. Oh my god, stickles on my pen. I'm being so careful with my hands as well. Right. I'm just going to have to move it to do so I don't put my hand in it. Right, that is it done. Let me make sure I'm back in frame. I'm not going to put the Posca in her hair. I figured not much point really. Probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Right. I'm going to leave this here until, well, obviously you're going to carry on watching, but yeah, I'll be back. Hopefully this will be my last part filming, because it is the 29th and I wanted to post this today as well. Whether it might happen tomorrow, but I'm going to class it as a February video because all the filming is going to start and finish in February. And yeah, I'm going to do the flower next, and on my dice roll it is a purple flower. So I have here, still in the Faber-Castell Polychromos, the purple violet and the mauve. So I'm going to go all over with the purple violet. These shouldn't take too long because I'm not gonna fuss about them looking realistic because I am not very good at colouring flowers. Like, I am lucky that there is only this little amount on this page because else I would procrastinate over colouring them. Now I'm going to include the stem as being purple, but I'm going to make that a different shade because I'm going to add more black to it because I think I'm going to make her demonic and do those black eyes like they have in Supernatural. And I don't know why, but I think this flower being purple sort of ties in with that somehow. Don't ask me how, but that's what my brain's telling me. So I've got the mauve and I'm going, oh, I just nudged that. Let me just double check. I should like put a weight or something on the page. And then just using this mauve in the places that will have shadows. Like some of them are already there for you, thank goodness, because that helps me out. Like I said, not a person that colours flowers very often. Don't get me wrong, I think the pictures that have flowers and girls in them, like there's so many, but I think they're like all stunning, especially when you see the coloured versions and you're just like, wow, but so many flowers. So many flowers. Yeah, if this ends up looking even remotely like a flower, I'll be happy. I may add a slight bit of the red that I've used into these as well. Seems logical to me. Those ones just seem like leaves to me. So I will add some of this, but the leaves won't get the red in. There's one big flower, a couple of buds, and then, yeah, I'm not even sure what type of flower this is. I really know nothing, absolutely nothing, and I really mean that, about flowers. I can differentiate between like a daffodil, a daisy and a rose and stuff like that, but then you start going into these fancy named flowers and I'm like, what did that look like again? And then the other person would be like, you have those in your garden, and I'm like, do I? Because yeah, not a clue at all. And like once somebody tells me a name of a flower and I've seen what it looks like, I don't even remember that. Like, I'm surprised I even know what a daisy looks like. No, I'm not that bad. Like, the ones you learn at school and you sort of grow up learning, like I said, daisies, roses, daffodils, poppies, because a lot of these ones that I just said have sort of meanings and are symbols of things, like daffodils symbolising spring and stuff like that. So it kind of makes it stick in your memory. But then you get other ones, and for some reason begonias come into my head. Like, the amount of times I've probably been shown what a begonia looks like, and then I can't even picture one now. Like, yeah. So the red that I used, I'm going to take the, what is it, Scarlet Red, and just add a bit of that into this. It's still going to be purple. I'm just adding a little bit of that before I go back in with my purples, because I want to. Okay. Oh, didn't want the red on the leaves. I want it on the birds. Right, so I'm going to take this, what was it again, purple violet, and just blend those two sort of into each other. And then the only other thing I will do is add some black to the flowers, and then I will go on to the stems properly. Like I said, I don't think this part of me filming will take too long. I don't know what this bit is. It's like, was it supposed to be part of the flower? It's just random. But it's a flower now. As I say, well, yeah, when in doubt, block it out. So black, and this is just going to go on to some of the inner bits, like so. And then randomly where on the inner bits on the inside of the flower. And then I'm putting some on this bit again, not sure what it was. And I'm going to carry on with the black and go in on the leaves. And the stems. Do you want that flower to be darker, a darker purple? I'll go back in with that in a minute. I've got it in there and I've got anything at all. Did I even go over this bit? I don't think I did I? It doesn't look like it. It's like I just stopped after a couple of leaves, petals. Not a clue. Sort of gotten rid of that now. Oops. Just roll away. See, I don't like it. I don't like flowers. They never turn out right. Look at that flower. I don't know. Let's get the mauve back in. Because I like to move it. Sorry, I apologise. Please forgive me. Right, and I am going to add a bit more of this purple into the stems. That seems moving one. I will get the white and just blend the edges in, I think. I think that's what's putting me off. Right, white. Let me give that a little sharpen. That's pretty. See, that's better. Sorry. Much better. Still no idea if that's part of the flower or was it something else. I don't think it was part of her hair. That wouldn't really make sense, but could have been something else entirely. And this bit down here. And I think that is the flower done enough for me, I think. Let's go over some of that. Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with that flower, but I'm gonna just go with it because I can't be bothered to change it. At this point, I don't think I'd be able to change it. I'm going to pause it while I look up the eyes a minute because I just want to make sure I'm doing what I want to do. Right, so I've looked at it and it is basically just what I thought. It is basically black eyes with some light spots in it. And yeah, some of you may think that I'm about to ruin this, and that may be so, but I want to try it. And because this is a page which already has gone against my choices, then it wouldn't feel like so much of a mess up, in my opinion, because one, it's a PDF, which I always feel a tiny bit more freedom with a PDF, and two, it's already gone against everything I would colour it as anyway. So, black eyes, as the dice decided. So I'm just going to start off by lightly shading over the whole eye in black. Yeah, basically the supernatural demon eyes, well, a lot of them anyway. Some demons have different eyes. Yeah, they sort of have their normal eyes, like normal looking eyes, but then they can sometimes gloss them over and they're just black. And all I'm thinking is that must have been so uncomfortable to film. Trying to think of where I want the light to be as I'm colouring. But I will be adding the light in with Posca pen anyway. But I'm just going to make some bits slightly darker. I actually quite like that. I just tried to sharpen my black and completely forgetting I write in a pencil extender. So bear with me just 2 seconds whilst I sharpen. That's one thing I never thought about. That's one thing I never thought about when using a pencil extender, is that it won't fit in my sharpener to sharpen it, and you have to take it out, which is quite a task. I mean, it didn't take long, did it? It's not gonna kill me or anything like that. Neaten those edges up with my sharper point and move on to the other eye. knew that was going to happen. I was honestly surprised it hadn't already. Building up my black. My page, I think because the weather's cold and my room's cold, it sort of dipped where I've coloured on the page for some reason. I think it's because I've just left it out in the cold air. It'll flatten out anyway. Looking a bit demonic now. I am going to add a hint of that, the dark red in there, just on those lighter bits. Like, you can't even see it, but it makes a difference to me. And then I am going to find my Posca. Oh, it is here. Good. Before it had walked away. And I am going to add some light. That might be too much light, but I'm going with it. Sort of in the same sort of places where I would add my light anyway, but like, yeah, it's different. I need to do something about the eyebrows. Should I just make them black? Because they look weird at the moment. No. I don't like to make eyebrow sticks, if you know what I mean. I like to have some little bit of life in there. That looks a bit creepy. And I'm just going to add a bit more shadow in around these eyes, I think. Now I know like what I've done with the eyes, I can... Because when I was colouring the skin I wasn't sure, was I? Demon, alien, you decide, it's fine either way. Right, and now I just need to do the border, which is... Oh, I said I was going to do my own border, didn't I? But now I can't even decide what colour I want that to be. Hey, yay, yay. In a way I want it black, then I don't know, because if I look at it, I'm actually quite a limited colour palette, because I've got the orangey yellows and reds and then just a bit of purple, and everything else is black and white. So I don't really want to do it yellow, but that's the colour it sort of should have been. I might do it black. Yeah, go on. I'm going to start by doing the whole of this bit, because that will just be solid black, so I just go over it lightly, a few layers like that. Make sure you can see this. Yes, you can. I'm always worried that I'm slightly moving the paper, even though obviously I'm not, because it's still where it should be. That would be like the worst thing, wouldn't it? Especially when it's something nearer the bottom of the page. And because I'm zoomed in, I think black was a good idea. It's giving a nice solid contrast to that orange. Right, now I've got to think about how to do these. I'll do all the stems first, because I'll do all of those solid. Trying not to stick my head into the picture, because some of these bits are harder to see. Right, so now I think I'm just going to go over where the lines are and then blend it out. So there shouldn't be much explanation needed, really. I'm not too fussed about how this looks. Just takes time, doesn't it? I will have to sharpen this black again. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Kind of prefer just not using a pencil extender at this point, than to keep taking it out. Maybe if it was a colour other than black. But yeah, now I'll put up with it and try and get used to it. It's not like these cost a lot anyway, but I don't want to waste them. That looks weird because it's black. It's like I wanted to do it gold, but then I was like gold next to the orange, and I was like, yeah. basically like a plait, this one. This one. Just go over the lines first that actually made that other one more simple. I'm going to sharpen this. Right, now onto this side and try not to snap the pencil. It's just left a big chunk. It's weird how it's snapped over here, but then it leaves the mark there. One's always a little bit different. I'm just gonna go over all of them first. Seriously? Why did that do that? The weather is still really wet and miserable again. It's like just a week of sunshine. It's all we need, isn't it? Like, it doesn't have to be boiling hot, just a full week of the sun being there. Like hearts. See, even this is a bit too much for me. Like, they're not flowers, but plants, you know. Repetitive elements sort of stop me from enjoying colouring sometimes. That's why I have books and pages that have flowers on, but I don't colour them all the time. I need them in moderation. So I probably won't colour a page with a flower on as my next page. Most definitely not. I'll try to keep to something that I really enjoy. Probably just a person on their own. Although, like I said, I have a few whips started that I need to finish, but they will be finished next month. Like, this is the last page of the month. I thought I was going to get a couple more finished, but I've been doing little bits on the ones that I've already started. And that video will probably be filmed Saturday or Sunday, the finished pages for February. So that will be the next video after this one. Yeah. And then it starts the watching of other people's, because I do love watching people's completed pages. And most of the time I'm just like, how did they colour so many pages in 1 month? Because some of them, it's a lot, and you think, oh, they must not have put much detail into their pages to complete so many. But no, they're like stunning pages. Right, I've just got the white to just, yeah, and then I'm going to, because I thought about adding gold, I might add some gold sort of dots within these, because I can't add a background. And I'm still sad about that. Still very, very sad. I'm not being overly fussed about how I'm blending this. Like I said, not my favourite thing to colour. I'm happy with the rest of the page, considering the colour choices. It needs a bit more. Right, I'm happy with that. I don't know about you. Right, golden paint. Right, so I've got a little dish here, and I just need, I could just stick my paintbrush in it, to be honest, but teeny tiny bit. I will probably add too much. Yep, too much, but oh well. It is me. It wouldn't be too much without it being me. If that makes sense. Probably not. Right, let's look for a paintbrush. I'm just going to pause it a minute to save you all the noise. Right, this isn't the type of brush I was looking for. It's just a, it came in my scrawler box. It literally is scrawler box. And it's supposed to be for petals and stuff, I think. But I'm going to just dip the end in the paint and do some dots. Or have I moved that at all? That'll do. And just sort of dot, dot. May not have been the best paintbrush for the job, but it'll do. No, I need a different paintbrush. That is a bit weird. I feel like I'm going to start making a leaf. I found my trusty brush, my little trusty brush. It might be because I don't have any water here though. But it's going weird. But hey ho. Some dots I want a bit bigger. Oh, that one went too big. maybe some over around here. Yeah, I think it's because I don't have water. I probably should. It might look better if I just like got a dry brush and went with gold. Too late for that now. Well, it's not, but it look a bit weird. Not good at randomly placing things. They sort of end up in some sort of pattern. There's to be a couple more down there. And some on here. One here. See, this has ended up like a sort of background without it being background, hasn't it? Did I bend the rules? Maybe. I'm okay with that. Down here. I do prefer that now. Right. And that, am I right? Is that my page done? I think it is. I'm just going to, oh, it's in focus, sorry. It was in focus for the other part. And golden dots. So yeah, very, very different how I would normally choose my colours, really. The only thing that I probably could have considered doing would be the colour of the clothes and the white hair. I probably, although the crown as well, that's fine. But the other stuff I probably would have chose different colours, but the fact that these colours were picked and chosen and I sort of did something different with it, like the demon eyes. Yep, definitely wouldn't normally do that, but they don't look bad or anything, so I'm happy with that. So this is once again the Laura Rafferty PDF page. I will try and remember to leave a link for it in the description below. And until next time, which like I said will be my completed pages for February 2024. Can't believe 2 months have already gone. So take care and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.